Hey guys, Sean Lentz here from Appalachian DIY. Today, I'm going to show you how to replace a transfer case. The first thing that we need to do is remove the front drive shaft from the differential. I like to mark the front axle where it meets the differential. That way it goes on the exact same way that we took it off. There's 4 bolts in the front. They're 15 millimeter. There are 6 bolts on the rear of the front drive shaft, and they are 8 millimeter. To remove this front drive shaft from the actual transfer case, it's a little difficult sometimes. The best way I found is right in between your bolt holes here, there's a third hole and there's no threads on it. What I like to do is take a long piece of metal and just push it up into that hole and then just drive it out with a hammer. Now that we have the front drive shaft off, it's time to take the rear one off. There are 4 bolts here and they are 15 millimeter also. Okay, so what you're gonna do is take your drive shaft and drop it down, and then what you're gonna need to do is put it to the back of the truck, and that's gonna slide it out of the spline on your transfer case. Now that you have the drive shafts off, go ahead and disconnect all of the electrical wires going to the transfer case. The connection on the bottom of the transfer plate is really easy to get to. You guys shouldn't have a problem with that. But on top, there is one right here, and there's also a connection for a hose right here. These two, all depending on your truck, are going to be extremely difficult to get to. It might be easier once you drop this thing to unhook them then, but be careful that you don't pull the wires off. Now that all of the electrical connections and that hose are off of your transfer case, it's time to unbolt it from our transmission here. There are going to be nuts into studs in your transfer case. Take these nuts out. There are 6 of them. They are 15 millimeter, and there's one all the way up on top of the transfer case, and it's an absolute bear to get to. So try your best and get to it, and good luck. Now that you have everything unbolted, all we got to do is pull the transfer case straight to the rear of the truck and drop it right on your chest. If you guys plan on rebuilding these, pay special attention to this plastic solenoid on the bottom of the transfer case. It sticks out really far. If you pull it out and drop it straight to the ground, it's a good chance you're going to be replacing this because you just broke it. So also make sure you be careful as you drag it out from the truck. As you bolt everything back together once you're done, make sure that you pay special attention to your drive shaft and your rear differential. We put those paint marks on there for a reason, so they can go back the exact same way they were from factory. From the factory, everything is balanced, and it's going to cut down on your vibrations a lot if you made those back up the same way they were. This took us about 3 to 4 hours, and it really depends on this top stud if you can get this nut off easily or not. If your truck's not lifted, I have a 3-inch body lift on mine. It was still a little bit of a pain, but those of you who don't, it's going to be really tough. So this is the crux of the whole thing. It's pretty difficult. Other than that, it's really simple. It's literally just bolt off, bolt back on. So anybody can do it. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button. Head over to Appalachian DIY, subscribe, and check out my other videos. Thanks again, guys, and I hope to see you next time.